So welcome to this free training on how to select the right HRIS or HR system for your organization. And we're going to look specifically at ease of setup. Psychologically, people are worried about, how much effort it's going to take to set up a system, to select it, implement it, etc., and have it up and running within a feasible amount of time. So this is the reason why many organizations put off the decision about this. So it's a very important thing to look for when you're looking for your new HRIS. Again, if you're interested in this kind of content, we very much focus on how you can quickly adopt today's technology in a matter of days and weeks, not months and years. That was the norm historically. So subscribe here for more content like this. So, as I said in the introduction, this is really the biggest barrier we find in most organizations, just the fear of the unknown. Historically, new systems have been a nightmare to implement. I've been involved in SAP implementations, Oracle implementations that have blown budgets, blown deadlines, and impacted careers as people have tried their best, but someone's been looking to put someone on the hook for the budgets and deadlines being blown. But things have massively evolved. But what you have to think about first and foremost is that you're going to be getting huge value from a new HRIS. Simple as that. This is worth the investment. But when it comes to what is that investment in terms of time and money, we're going to talk about exactly what that is in the coming videos. But in terms of the actual time part, this is something that shouldn't be taking out months and years. As I said in our introduction, we focus on technologies that can be implemented within days and weeks, not months and years. So that is something to be looking for. So you have options to help minimize the work impact. And we're big believers in bringing external people to help you, people who have done this before. And you get two options fundamentally. One is you bring in a consultant with direct experience on this platform. Or two, you use the skills of the HR platform's team to actually help with the implementation. And option two is by far the best. These are people that run their platform day in, day out. They deal with multiple implementations each day, week, month, whatever. So you're bringing in very, very specialist expertise who know the platform, they know what's possible, and they've done it multiple times. Again, this is going to add to your costs, but we're talking about, $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, certainly less than $10,000. Even if you go through option one of bringing in a consultant or option two of using the provider, if it's costing you much more than $10,000, and that's an extreme high amount, then you've picked the wrong provider. Because what we want to be doing is having the lowest possible cost to implement and the fastest possible time to get to full value. You're going to find that each of the systems has got add-ons you can bring in later. But first and foremost, to get started quickly, you want to be minimizing the cost and minimizing the amount of time it's going to take to get from making the decision to being up and running. Because again, that's great psychologically, but it's also great for the value it's going to bring to your organization. But again, if it's costing tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars to implement, then you've got to seriously rethink whether you made the right decision. Because with that hundreds of thousands of dollars comes, weeks and months and months and months of implementation. And is that the right thing for your organization? So we believe that implementation of the right platform should take about 2 to 4 weeks. And that includes all setup and transfer of data, time to educate end users. And a lot of this, as I said in the last slide, you can do this incrementally. You want to be up and running with something that's feasible to use and that's driving value. So things like educating people on the end-to-end capabilities of the platform, you can do that incrementally. It doesn't have to be all in one. In fact, there's many reasons why it is best to do it incrementally rather than overload them with too much information on day one. But first and foremost, you want something that's fast and easy to implement, that you're going to get help to implement, and you can start to do it at a very, very low cost, measured in, with implementation taking weeks rather than months and years. And with that, the next part of looking at your HRIS or your HR system is scalability, and how you're going to, focus on that as a selection process or selection criteria for your new technology.